My wife. Someone is spreading rumors about us. My wife, I need to tell you something before you hear it from anyone else. Because I know how this works. Once words start flying, they grow wings and become bigger than the truth. Someone out there has decided to make us their entertainment. They're twisting little pieces of our life, adding things that never happened, and sprinkling in just enough truth so that people believe their lies. I don't know what their goal is yet. Maybe they want to see us argue. Maybe they want people to doubt us. Or maybe they're just bored, and our happiness became their favorite target. But here's what I've learned about rumors. They don't start because of what you're doing wrong. Most of the time, they start because of what you're doing right. When people can't break you, they try to bend how others see you. I heard one of the stories this morning. It was so ridiculous. I actually laughed at first, until I realized people were nodding like it was the truth. They're saying we're pretending to be fine, that behind closed doors, we can't even stand each other. They're painting this picture of us, like we're two strangers acting for a crowd. My wife, you know. And I know that's far from reality. We have our arguments, sure. But the way we sit together afterward, the way we fix things before the night ends, that's something no rumor can ever describe. The problem is these lies don't just vanish on their own. They grow if we let them. Especially when people keep whispering them like it's a secret worth sharing. And I can already see it happening. People looking at us differently, some with pity, some with piteous, like they're waiting to see if the rumor is true. My love, I want you to hear this from me first, so you're not blindsided, and I want you to know that even the most determined liar won't be able to twist it. I'm talking about a project, a trip, or even just a series of moments that the world can't fake. It could be that we open something small, like a little cafe we've always dreamed about. Or we start posting glimpses of our daily life. Not a staged look how perfect we are, but the real stuff, you in your messy hair, me in my old hoodie, us laughing over burnt toast in the kitchen. What had been whispered in small circles, and my stomach tightened. It wasn't just one story, it was a chain of them, each one more twisted than the last. Someone had been feeding this to people we both know. Someone who knew just enough about our lives to make the lies sound believable. And that's what scared me most. It wasn't a random stranger online. It was someone close enough to see us, but far enough not to know the truth. So I started tracing it back. Rumors are like footprints in the sand. You can follow them if you pay attention. I asked the first person where they heard it. Then I went to that source and asked again. And every time the path pointed to a smaller and smaller group of people. That's when I noticed a pattern. All of them had spoken to one specific person in the past week. Someone who smiles at us in public, waves at us like we're friends, but apparently carries a different story in private. I didn't tell you right away, because I didn't want to bring that stress home before I was sure. But then I overheard them myself, standing just outside the doorway, their voice low but clear enough for me to hear them say, "Trust me, they're not as perfect as they make it seem." It wasn't even the words that hit me hardest. It was the tone, that kind of cold satisfaction, like they were enjoying the idea of someone believing them. I wanted to confront them right then, but I held back, because if I walked in angry, it would give them the scene they wanted, something they could twist into. See, look how defensive they are. Instead, I stepped away and started thinking. My wife, I'm not sure if you've realized yet, but when people spread rumors, it's usually because there's something in their life they want to distract from. So they point fingers at someone else. I've got a plan forming in my head now, and it's not about shouting the truth at everyone. It's about letting the truth show itself in a way that makes the lie impossible to hold on to. I've been thinking about this all day, and I realized, if I go after the person who started this, I'll just look like I'm on the defensive. They'll say, "See, they're trying too hard to cover something up." That's how rumor spreaders win, by making you react in ways that fit their narrative. So here's my plan. I'm not going to defend us with words. I'm going to defend us with actions, real ones, the kind no one can fake. Every time they say we're pretending to be happy, we'll just go on living like we actually do, without forcing anything for the crowd. We'll let people see the small things they can't fake, the way we naturally look for each other in a room, the way you grab my hand when you're laughing, the way we talk quietly like the rest of the world isn't there. Because here's the thing, you can fake a smile for a camera, but you can't fake comfort. You can't fake that kind of ease with someone. I'm also going to make sure our closest people hear the truth straight from us, not in a loud announcement, but in a calm, casual way, because calmness shows confidence, and confidence kills doubt. When you start panicking to defend yourself, that's when people believe there's something to hide. And for the one who started it, I'm not going to confront them in front of others. I'm going to talk to them alone. No anger, no yelling, just a quiet, direct question. Why make up stories about two people who have never done anything to harm you? Why try to break something you weren't even invited to be part of? I want to see their face when they realize I know exactly what they've been doing, not to scare them. Alright, if they want to make up stories, then we're going to give them something real, something so undeniable that their lies start sounding ridiculous to anyone who hears them. I'm not talking about a big dramatic post online where we shout, "We're fine everyone, believe us." No, because when you go too hard to prove something, you just look like you're trying to convince yourself. Instead, I'm going to do something more powerful. We're going to live our life so openly, so consistently, that the rumors won't fit the picture people see with their own eyes. Here's the move. I'm going to invite a few of the same people who've been concerned, enough to repeat the lies, to come spend real time around us. Not as a trap, but as a way to let them witness the truth themselves. We'll cook together, we'll talk about the little things that couples only share when they're actually close. We'll laugh over nothing. And we'll let them see that what we have isn't something a rumor can rewrite. Because here's what I know. When someone sees genuine connection right in front of them, it makes the false story they've been carrying feel heavier and harder to hold on to. At the same time, I'll start slowly letting our wins and happy moments slip into the open. Not in a bragging way, but in a way that shows we're still moving forward. Rumors thrive on the idea that you're stuck, that you're crumbling, that you're secretly falling apart. When they see us growing, loving harder, reaching goals together, their whispers start sounding like the jealous noise it's always been. But there's one more layer to my plan, and this one's more personal. I'm going to make sure the person who started this realizes they have no place in our world. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of knowing they upset us, but I will make it clear that they've lost the right to be close. It's not revenge, it's protection. Because my wife, every time someone spreads lies, it's like they're trying to plant weeds in our garden. And I'm not letting anyone near our soil, if they've shown they're willing to poison it. I've also thought about something else, something that will not only end the rumor but will also make people question why it ever started in the first place. These are things you can't fake for long. And when people see that, when they see how natural and constant it is, the rumor stops sounding like insider truth and starts sounding like pure bitterness. At the same time, I'm going to make sure you feel even safer in this storm. I'll be the one answering questions. If they come up, you won't have to defend yourself to anyone. If someone brings the rumor to you, you can just smile and say, you should probably ask him about that. And trust me, I'll shut it down in a way that leaves them no room to push further. Because here's the thing, people who spread lies are hoping you'll fight them in the mud. But when you rise above it, when you keep your peace and keep moving forward, they're left swinging at the air. And one day, those same people who whispered behind our backs will find themselves talking about something else entirely. Because nothing is more boring to a gossip than a story that can't get any worse. So my wife, this ends two ways. Either they keep talking and make themselves look foolish, or they stop talking and disappear from the conversation completely. Either way we win.